show. Well, I think Team Awesome is awesome when you're in a state. Tune in to Team Awesome Make. Yeah.
Yep, that's sorry. I was caught up. It ended, and I'm like, oh, say something. Oh yeah, hey, welcome to the thing again.
What's up?
If you're returning, if you're new, hello for firsties and first times. Hi. This is how it goes before we do the video.
Yeah, always.
And this is the video. It's kind of both. Before the video,
we react to the thing.
in the thing. It's complicated. Well,
Yep.
Look, all of it's below. Everything you need to know is below in the links in the description below for the podcast. Everything else would just there's your explanation.
Yep.
We'll answer all your questions, I'm sure. This is a reaction to something really interesting. The East Coast, West Coast hip-hop wars of the 90s were epic,
Yeah.
to say the least. I
Mhm.
mean, I grew up around that time. I was in like elementary school and middle school during that time. It was intense. It was really intense times. I remember when Biggie and Tupac were killed, and it was a really like tense time, and
Mhm.
people didn't know what to do, and everyone just kind of wanted the stuff to stop. They just stopped the killing, and things that they did stop, like more or less after that. 50 Cent, okay, but only sporadically throughout the hip-hop scene, maybe in contained areas, but overall they decided that the war should more or less be over and we should pretty much be kumbaya and whatnot. So I think that's a good thing to be nowadays. But this movie's about the other side, the rough side,
Yep.
the real dangerous rough and tumble, and it's about the actual investigation into both
It's
of
Biggie and Tupac.
I mean, I had no idea this was going to be both like Biggie and Tupac, but I thought it was just going to be Biggie or Tupac. They're investigating, but it's both.
That's
You're
what the
telling me?
description says. We'll
Oh.
see.
We're going to have to see if they're related. And of course, Johnny Depp's in this. We got a few others, obviously, but we know there's others. But we'll just watch the trailer. All right, enough. 3, 2.
Not fun.
We can't say not fun.
Well, fun doesn't seem appropriate.
No, 3, 2, history.
Okay.
Okay. History can be fun. Even if it's messed up, you learn, and that's fun, even though it's messed. All right. Hit 3, 2.
History.
Hey, Biggie!
20 years ago, you were the lead detective on the Biggie Smoke case, right?
Oh, okay.
I'm a journalist. Why is this case so important to you?
A murder like that only goes unsolved if the police don't want to solve it.
Oh, interesting.
I've seen the murder book. You have any suspects?
20 plus years and not one arrest. Are you guys hearing Tupac shooters were hired by Biggie's entourage?
Biggie didn't have Tupac killed.
The facts point to something more here.
Oh.
If we could prove a connection between Cop and Biggie's murder, it would not only break the LAPD.
It would ruin the city.
Police!
My faction don't like asking questions, strictly testing as I lead my competition. Climb the ladder to success, escalate.
Why did you redact LAPD's connection with Death Row Records?
Oh.
I cannot comment on an open investigation.
I spit phrases that
As long as it's an ongoing investigation,
everybody kills you.
that evidence stays locked away in the dark.
Interesting. I didn't know that.
Matchstick away
Me
from
neither.
blood-stained streets every day.
Everybody get on the ground!
Oh, man. Wow.
You have no idea what the LAPD is capable of.
We are distancing ourselves from the story.
I got what I need. What I do?
Oh, man.
Had the Gucci frame before Dana Dane.
Oh. Yep.
Who shot Biggie Smalls?
There was only one way this was going to end.
Yikes. To say the least.
Yeah.
Sorry. Didn't mean to have a yikes reaction like Richie from Happy Days. I was like legit like, my God, like there's
No,
some
this
heavy.
looks super intense.
Look, there's heavy stuff going on here, man. Like, this is legitimately dealing with, like, 2 very real cases that exist that may or may not be ongoing. I don't know. I can't speculate on one side or the other. We're here to, like, basically talk about the artistic merit and whether or not this is going to be, like, I guess, historically accurate, or is this, like, a modern day story that they said the past 20 years, so I guess it's going to be told sort of in reverse, like they're going to be in current times. Current times. I'm so nervous about the subject matter. They're going to be in current times, and I think they're going to be going, like, having flashbacks to the events. Plus, they got real footage mixed in there, it seems.
Yeah, I'm assuming that maybe when they look at, like, newsreels and stuff, they'll use the actual news footage.
But it seems like they have, like, actors, like, reenacting things back in the day, too.
Yeah.
It seemed like there was some period-appropriate things going on with, like, the footage. Man, this is heavy. This is heavy, Doc. For real. This is, like, something that, like, conspiracy theorist nuts and just fans of hip-hop music in general have always been sort of curious about, whether or not there was, like, a calculated strike against either of them, or whether or not it was just, within the community. Well, still a calculated strike, but nevertheless, was it a crime of passion? Like, no one really knows. And the fact that it's still ongoing investigation, well, I mean, for me, that's kind of like a good thing and a bad thing, because, I mean, if it's still an ongoing investigation, that means that they're still actively looking into it, but then again, it could mean that they might be stalemating things.
Yeah.
But I can't comment on that because I'm not a lawyer. I'm just a commenter. So it's a very intriguing thing, and it makes me want to see the movie, and it makes me more curious as to what happened.
Yeah. What I'm curious about is, and this is basically just a logistical curiosity, what the difference is, and at what point in time is something considered a cold case. Because for 20 years, if it's 20 years later, you think at some point it would have, because there is a difference between a cold case and an ongoing investigation, obviously.
You sound you sound like a forensic detective right now. Like, you're sitting here being like, well, there's a cold case and there's an ongoing investigation. Like, what?
I like crime dramas.
Like, what are you, like, watching CSI all the time? Oh
I
my
used
God.
to.
See, that's
CSI,
the thing.
Law and Order, all of it.
The movie, this trailer is already doing its job and getting this conspiracy theory crime nut to speculate like crazy, and it's getting my nerdy movie going, and just in general paranoid ass very curious about this story in particular and how this narrative is going to play out. Are they going to give us a definitive answer in this movie? Are they going to show us the the evidence and just say, hey, you be the judge, here are the suspects, blah blah blah? Like, I mean, I am curious to see how the movie plays out, but again, if we don't know anything because we haven't seen it in the news, maybe it's going, I mean, you have to leave it ambiguous, but they may answer a lot of questions that we all in the public have been kind of wanting to know in a weird way. Or maybe it's just, it sort of sheds more light in a dramatic reenactment kind of a way where we're like, oh, we get the severity of it. I'm trying to get deep here. I'm just still really nervous about the subject matter.
No, because that's absolutely true, because stuff like that has happened, like true crime authors have been able to make connections and
that's true, yeah.
And
recount
stuff like
events,
that. So it really doesn't surprise me that could be a possibility here.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, like, but at the same time, I mean, it's good to know your history. It's good to know, I mean, if these are cases where we don't know, like, who actually did it and what happened, then we need to be careful in the future how we handle these things, and we need to be more aware, and we need to do a better job in the future if a job was not done right. Allegedly, because we don't know either way. I wasn't there. You weren't there. We don't know. Don't hate us. We're trying to be nice.
No.
And what's wrong?
Something else that I noticed is it seems like they're using this specific case or cases, I guess, to make general commentary about that time period.
Right.
And
I mean,
the crime in that area in that time period.
Yeah, and what it was like and just the climate of the time.
Yeah.
The era.
The climate of LA in the 90s.
In the 90s. Oh my God. During the East Coast, West Coast hip hop war.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's going to be...
That's heavy.
It's heavy, Doc. But yeah, I'm looking forward to it. I got it rated out of 5. I guess out of 5 depths. Are we doing the depth scale? Dep. Jenna Depths. The depth scale.
Sure, why not?
So I don't know why I keep it dep.
Stop.
Dep. Let's do it out of 5 depths. What do you give it?
I'm gonna give it a
Were you gonna say 7 or 6?
No.
7, the greatest trailer ever.
I'm
Sorry.
going to give it a 4.
4 out of a possible 5. 4 dips out of 5 dips. Interesting. Why isn't it perfect? Why isn't it perfect?
This is one of those things that
Sorry.
you really have to see because we've talked about biopics before, and this isn't really a biopic, but biopics are very, very difficult to do really, really well. Not only is this covering true stories, but it's covering really sensitive true stories. So the filmmakers have to be really careful and sensitive about how they handle that.
Those are
and
excellent
how
points.
they portray that.
Yeah, I mean, because you've got 2 separate murder cases going on at the same time, and both are somewhat in this story linked. So you've got to handle 2 almost real-life murder cases, find the link between the 2, and tell the story of both of them separately,
Yes.
but linking them to the current narrative, which has Forrest Whitaker and Johnny Depp, which I'm very excited about. Forrest Whitaker, I forgot to mention, I didn't know he was in this, and I love Forrest Whitaker. He's popping up everywhere, isn't he?
I
He
like
pops
Forrest Whitaker a lot.
He's in everything now. He was
Yeah.
in Clone Wars. The cartoon, his character was in Clone Wars from Rogue One. Yeah, anyway, sorry. So Forrest Whitaker's in this.
And you
He's great.
also have to be careful that you're not favoring one case versus the other, and so
And-
that's
or
why I'm giving it a
one-
4.
Or for that matter, one outcome versus the other outcome.
Yeah.
You can't, because if you're trying to tell something that is not trying to be biased, it's just trying to find out what are the answers here, man.
Yeah.
What are the answers? With Johnny Depp's Captain Phillips mustache or whatever it is. Was it
Yeah.
Phillips? What was that guy's name? Sully, Captain Sully.
Yeah,
His Captain Sully Sullenberger mustache.
Tom Hanks mustache.
Yeah, right. It's Tom Hanks.
So I think it looks well written. It absolutely looks well acted. I mean, you have top tier talent in here, so I don't think they'll go wrong with that.
I saw a guy in there I haven't seen since like Pulp Fiction.
Yeah.
Zed's dead. No, he's not.
Yeah.
He's in this movie and he's a cop now.
So I'm hesitantly excited just because of the sensitive subject matter.
Indeed, indubitably looking forward to it, even though it is sensitive subject matter.
Mhm.
But then again, you gotta break up the fun spectacle films with like some real life spectacle and some history to sort of remind us, hey man, this was not good, this was bad. Let's try not let this happen again.
Yeah.
But
exactly.
at the same time, if it does happen again, let's handle it differently than we
Mhm.
did before, because
Mhm.
history, repetition, something about time plus pressure equals money? No. Wait. What? Right?
Yes.
Yes. I don't know what I'm saying. So out of 5 dips for me, honestly, I really am excited about this. I'm looking forward to a more like historical accurate thing, or even just a historical retelling, something that's a little bit more based in real life. Yeah, it's dramatic flair, but yeah. So 4.5 dips.
Okay.
Yep. So check out our information below on the thing. Click the thing, like the stuffs, and check out the podcast wherever you can find them. Thanks.
Thanks.
Bye bye.
Bye-bye.
Yep.
This has been Team Awesome. Team Awesome. What a fun experience. Well, you know we do it to so right. Awesome. Here at Team Awesome Inc. Wink, wink. Shut up. Yeah.